Alright everybody, this is Eternal Blade and welcome to part 3 of the Glass Dragon tutorial. I'm here with a great bowl of mac and cheese and a ice cold glass of strawberry milk. So I have a feeling it's gonna be a pretty good little lesson here. So let's carry on. I believe last time we were working our way up the trunk or the neck thing of our dragon, so we're just going to keep adjusting our vertices here, and slowly we will get to where we want to be. Okay, we're just following the curve here and trying to adjust it so that our points match up to where the leg kind of comes out. This leg is kind of in the middle of our dragon, so we'll have to work with that. And let's keep going. So give it one more extrude. Now there's probably other ways you can do this, but you know, sometimes it's just pretty calming to sit down and model, not have to worry about doing anything, paying taxes or going to work, going to school, whatever it is y'all are doing. So just keep trucking. Alright, there we go. That should about do it. Now let's try to figure out how we're going to get this foot into position. So that's going to be these two vertices, or these two boxes. So we're going to Alt-W to maximize it. And let's just take a look. So this foot is literally pretty much in the middle of our little dragon creature. Maybe a bit offset to the left. So let's... I wish we could have selected that element. That would have been nice. Select our leg here and just click all the remaining polygons on it. Okay. Well, I'll have to clean it up before we do anything with it, but alright, that looks about good. Press W, shift drag it over. Okay, and you can clone to object for now. Alright, let's go into our editable poly here. And effect pivot only, centered object. There we go. And we kind of want this pretty much centered. Push E, and we can rotate it a bit. Kind of like so. Okay, press W, and we'll drag it out a little bit more. Now go into the Vertex Subobject mode here, and let's actually hide that plane for a bit so we can get a closer view of this. Alright, so let's take these and let's kind of bring them up. Okay. Trying not to disrupt the mesh too much, but we are going to have to do a little bit with it. And then let's bring these four and bring them down just a bit. Perhaps over. Okay. Bring this up. What we're trying to do is get a more or less even plane to work from. Okay, so we're just adjusting these till we get something that'll work. And that's actually not bad. We do have a lot of polygons. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 polygons. So we're going to have to go into our dragon piece here. Polygon. And let's continue working on that. We'll deal with that later. So push 1 here. Now we have to adjust the feet a bit. So select these and rotate them a bit more inward so they're straight. Alright, you can kind of bring this one up a little bit. And let's click these two and these two and bring them out. What we're trying to do here is just straighten out this toe. Okay, give it a little bit of a rotate. Alright, watch out. Make sure you select everything. There we go. You get a sip of strawberry milk. Oh my god, this stuff is so good. It's almost addictive. Better stay away from that. Yeah, so getting back on track. Select some of these points. And just drag them over to thicken that toe up. Okay, and that doesn't look so bad. Next, we're going to want to take these, push E, and just kind of rotate that so it's a little straighter. And maybe even press W, move it over a bit. Okay. So select Editable Poly and attach that. You go on your element. Now we can move it into position. So unhide all. There we go. Alt W to show where about we need it. And it should go right about here. Okay, so drag it, drag it over. Go back into our perspective, and what we're going to need to do is cut a few lines. So let's go to Editable Poly here and cut. Actually, we'll just do this the easy way. Click this, F3, and this line. Line over there. Connect. Click this one, and connect. That way we get 4 polygons there. Alright. And then we can just delete those. So now the vertices are still there, even though the polygons are gone. And go to our vertices sub-object mode, and we're going to try just... Well, how do we want to do this? Maybe undo that. Click these 4, and let's inset them. Okay, now delete them. There we go. Now we can target weld. So, just kind of target weld each one to where it needs to go. Fairly simple process. And we can do some adjusting after the fact, once we know that they are appropriately positioned. Okay, so keep target welding. Alrighty, making progress. Things are going good, mostly. There we go. Now let's go into our turbo smooth and see what we've got. Hey, look at that, a leg. Maybe a bit giant of a leg, but it's a leg nonetheless. So let's go to our vertices here, and we're actually just going to click edge, loop, oops, sorry, not loop, we want to ring that. And I think we're just going to delete it. Okay. Go to our element, press W, and just move it up. Okay, there we go. Now what we're going to do is go to our vertices and we're going to target weld all of these. We're just going to move them in the general up direction. Okay. And the reason we did that is because this leg is shorter than the others, since the body moved, kind of, you know, slithers upward like a snake. So we are just following the path. Okay. There's much light there to right there. Huh. All right. We have one more. And there we go. So now our leg is a little shorter. And we can check it by just making a plane here. Okay, and bringing it down. And there we go. So you can see it needs to go up just a little bit. And let's see here. So select it all. Make sure you get all your little vertices there and shift a little bit. There we go. Okay. Alright, where were we? I had to take a little break there to answer my Skype, which never stops ringing, it seems. So, take this line and loop, push R, and let's kind of scale it in this direction. And let's fix this little vertice thing here. There we go. Maybe even loop this and kind of bring it up. R and scale that out a bit. Okay, let's take this point and bring it up over a little bit. Alright, there we go. Now we have our little dragon thing. Next, we can select all of these and deselect that one and that one. Just kind of shift it all over a bit. Okay. Select polygon. Select just these polys here. So pretty much the bottom of the foot, and shift it over a bit as well. And there we go. That looks pretty close. Talons kind of come down. All right. And let's see. I don't see too many problems with it. Although, I think we want to kind of round these edges out a bit here. So let's bring these up like that. And this one over here. Just so that way it kind of fits in with the rest of the model. Alright, now let's make this big, and we're going to actually isolate this. Alright, that way we can work strictly on this piece. And let's try to make it a bit rounder. So bring these out, take the middle one and bring it out some more. Alright, there we go. And let's take 1, 2, 3, and just bring those out a tad. See if we can't clean up a little bit of this. Kind of make it a bit square at least. Yeah, see our little polys are messed up. I don't quite know how it happened, but at some point it did. Alright, let's bring this way. Actually, that was probably bad. Move that back. Bring this over here. And maybe move this one over there. So pretty much our disconnect is right over here somewhere. What we're going to do, we're going to attempt to fix it. So save your work right about now, and let's delete a few of these. And that one, there we go. Now we just have squares. Okay. So let's take this, move it up, move it up, move it up, and move it up. There we go. Now, oh, I see what it is. We're missing, well, let's see. Let's go from here to here. We're going to, I don't know if we can bridge those exactly. I guess we can. Bridge, and then select these two edges and connect. Click here, target weld, and weld those two. There we go. Yeah. Alright, and I wonder if this is more effort than it's worth. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oops. Take these and move them this direction. And actually, what we're going to do here is go into editable poly, cut, and cut from there to there. Alright, oops. Take this point and move it over there. Take this polygon and we'll delete it, I think. And these two we can bridge. Okay, and then select that edge and that edge and connect. Now we can target weld those. There we go, now we're getting somewhere. Take this and this and just shift drag like so. Target weld the corners. Okay, and move this one to about where it needs to go. Alright, drag these back a bit to make it a kind of outer shape. And then we're going to need to click this and this, connect with two segments. Okay. Click these, shift drag them up, go here, target weld, and target weld them all. There we go. Now we've got mostly what we wanted. What the? How does that happen? I wonder how many of you saw that was going to occur. I think it's easily fixed though. So go here, cut, and just kind of, no. Hopefully we can cut across these. Alright, we'll try Polygon and cut. Okay, I know this works, but why it's not working is beyond me. So we're just gonna select these and connect. Oops, connect with only one segment though. Okay. Take these and give that one connection. Delete that and that. Polygon, we can go to create one polygon there, one there, and one right here. There we go. And now all we gotta do is finish up this last little bit. Okay, so cut this last little bit. Bingo. Problem solved. Look at that. Don't we feel good about ourselves now? Now what we have to do is kind of flatten it out. Actually, it looks pretty damn good though. I'm impressed with myself. Edge. So now we can work on. Oh man, how do these things happen? Look, we have another one right here. Just go up there. Man, they make it seem so hard. And look, then we have a floating. Oh no, it's not floating. Okay. I could add more segments in there, but that's playing with fire when you start doing that. Okay, so let's bring it out a bit. We're just trying to flatten up the whole leg area. And shift the polys into a bit more desirable position. There we go. Come out with some of them. Alright. And let's see what that looks like. Much better. Except for whatever this is right here. Guessing we have two vertices here. Oh, somewhere we have two vertices. I think that was it. There we go. Yeah, we did have two vertices there. Gotta make sure you weld everything up so that way it stays happy. Okay, and maybe, just trying to think, take this and drag that over there. Let's kind of move these up a little bit. Alright. Perhaps we were a bit too judicious when we made these, so we're going to scale them all just a little bit back. Okay. Make the leg a bit skinnier. And now we're going to try to perhaps taper it in. So it's like this, loop, scale it in a bit. Okay, this will kind of create the taper we're looking for. There we go, now we got that kind of taper where it comes in. And let's see. Loop. We'll scale this in just a little bit more. Okay. There we go. That looks like it should work. Last thing I want to do is just move it over. Move it all over a little bit more. Okay. Make sure we don't have any other vertices selected that we don't want. Just check real quick by doing this, and it looks pretty good. So, shift it over. And round this part out a bit more. There we go. Perfect. Looks pretty good to me. Now, one of the things I wanted to do here before we end this part is make our dragon a little bit rounder. Currently, he's pretty damn flat. So, click all these. So we're just going down the edge here, and you can see I'm unselecting things on the other side, or selecting bad ones. Okay, all the way to the last little bit on the leg where the triangle is. Control click the vertices, push R, and let's scale these out a bit. Now what this will do, in theory, is make it a little bit rounder, and it did. Perfect. Now he's got kind of a fatness to him. Alright, we're going to do this to the tail section as well. Just Q. 4 segments and 4 segments. Control click. Push R and fatitize it. There we go. Perfect. Now our dragon's nice and fat. Alright, that'll wrap it up for part 3. Make sure you save your work, and I will see you in part 4.